What's up guys, Jeremy here, True Motion. For today's video tutorial, I'm going to be going over a medicine ball. While there are lots of tools and implements to utilize for exercise, today we're going to be using a medicine ball to develop reflexive stability across the front line of the body. So let's get started. Alright guys, so the medicine ball slam. I want to get to the exercise, but before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about the hows and the whys of what we're doing. Again, it's not arbitrary movement, moving with a purpose. Okay? Now the easiest way to explain this is the fact that the medicine ball slam is going to capitalize on the relationship between the front line and the back line of the body. What do I mean by that? A lot of traditional lifters, maybe avid fitness enthusiasts, you may understand what I mean when I refer to the posterior chain. That's typically referring to the hamstrings and the gluteal complex. Depending on how far down this rabbit hole you want to go, you could really extend that line of thinking or that chain through the back of the legs, underneath the foot, up through the thoracolumbar fascia, and up through the back, okay, up through the thoracic spine. What we're trying to demonstrate with that particular example is that there are certain trains and certain chains of muscle on the back line of the body that need to interact and engage with each other in order to facilitate proper and integrated thoracic extension, of course being driven through by the glutes. Just the same, there's a similar chain across the front line of the body. And really, like any other complex in the body, it's just about developing an integrated balance between the two. So that's what the medicine ball slam capitalizes on. Alright, so firstly, I'm going to show you a couple regressions and progressions with this. Go at your own pace, listen to your body, but at the end of the day, progress accordingly. Alright, so to start this off, what I'm going to do is start out in kind of a semi-squat. This initial variation is really to just help you develop that sensation of this reflexive stability across the front line of the body. Okay? Many people who perform some sort of, let's call it a hyperextension from the spine, but don't have any sort of support off the front line of the body, that's where you're really going to initiate some sort of pain or dysfunction from that. Beyond that, that's looking at the pain aspect of it. What do I get if I do have this control? You get far more power coming forward. Okay? And you'll see what I mean in a little bit. So starting out with the first variation, start out in a semi-squat, elbows in tight to the body. As I extend through my heels, keep the heels down for this variation. Make sure I'm driving through the hips, okay? Big hip thrust. We bring that ball up and over and behind our head, okay? This is helping us to open that front line being driven through the glutes. Okay, so from here, you can speed it up. And hopefully, just performing this variation, you should start to feel yourself anchored or this tension right here in the front of the body. You don't want to feel these connective tissues in the shoulders, any sort of clicking pain coming from these connective tissues. You should be anchored right here, okay, right through the core. Okay? To take this a step further, we can start bringing the heels up off of the ground. Now, when I say this, keep this in mind that, like any dynamic movement, I don't necessarily want to initiate a plantar flexion, okay, independent of some sort of hip thrust. Okay? The heel should be coming up as a byproduct of you driving through the hips. Okay? You can use the medicine ball slam as a kind of an assessment tool to see if you're leaking any energy outside the ankle. What do I mean by that? If you drive up through the heels, through the ball of the foot, and your ankle drops out to the side, this is the kind of ankle that is leaking energy. People that tend to twist their ankles a lot, this would be a great example of what's most likely occurring as that power is driving through the leg, okay, coming out the side. Beyond that, okay, so now you're really increasing this tension across the front line of the body while in a much more dynamic context. Okay, now that I've taken advantage of this reflexive stability, you can feel the tension, you can start to initiate the slam. Okay. Capitalizes on a number of aspects. The balance between the back line and the front line of the body. Assessment tool for the ankles perhaps. Okay. Can you get that reflexive tension? Balance. There are a lot of different benefits to the medicine ball slam. Of course, it's not the end all be all. It's just another tool to put in your arsenal. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, give it a share. Always appreciate your feedback. Let us know what videos you want to see in the future. This is Jeremy Berumen at True Motion. Thank you very much.